There isn't a clear consensus among hip-hop historians about who exactly deserves the title of the new school leader in hip-hop. Some argue that Drake has certainly had a significant impact on the genre and could be considered a frontrunner for this title. Others might suggest artists like Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole as potential leaders of the new school. Ultimately, the answer to this question may be subjective and dependent on one's personal perspective. Hip-hop has come a long way in the past few decades, with many artists making their mark on the genre. Among those considered the old-school leaders of hip-hop is Rakim, whose influence on the rap scene is still felt today. However, when it comes to leading the new school, opinions are divided, with some hip-hop historians considering Drake as the frontrunner. Rakim is widely acknowledged as one of the most influential MCs in hip-hop history. Known for his smooth flow and intricate rhymes, Rakim's style has been emulated by countless rappers in the years following his emergence in the 1980s. His collaborations with DJ Eric B on tracks like Paid in Full and I Ain't No Joke helped define the sound of hip-hop's golden era, and his influence can be heard in artists as diverse as Nas, Jay-Z, and Eminem. Despite this legacy, though, it's difficult to say whether Rakim is definitively the old-school leader of hip-hop. There are many other artists who could be considered for this title, such as KRS-One, Grandmaster Flash, and Run DMC. All of these artists have contributed significantly to hip-hop's evolution and have left their mark on the genre in different ways. When it comes to the new school, though, the conversation often turns to Drake. Despite being widely criticized for his singing and emotional lyrics, Drake's success is undeniable, and he has become one of the most popular artists of the current generation. With countless hits to his name and a loyal fan base, Drake has been able to bridge the gap between mainstream pop and underground hip-hop, and has inspired a legion of new artists to follow in his footsteps. However, just like with Rakim in the old school, there are other artists who could be considered leaders of the new school. Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Travis Scott are just a few examples of artists who had made significant contributions to the genre and have garnered a large following in recent years. Ultimately, whether Rakim is the old-school leader of hip-hop, and whether Drake is the leader of the new school, is a matter of perspective. Hip-hop is a constantly evolving genre, and new artists are popping up all the time, pushing the boundaries of what is considered traditional hip-hop. While Rakim and Drake's contributions to hip-hop cannot be denied, it's important to acknowledge the many other artists who have helped shape the genre into what it is today. What is clear, though, is that hip-hop has come a long way in the past few decades. From its humble beginnings in the Bronx in the 1970s, hip-hop has become a global phenomenon that is loved and appreciated by millions of fans worldwide. The genre has evolved and transformed over the years, and, as a result, there are now numerous subgenres and styles of hip-hop, each with their own unique characteristics and influences. From Rakim to Drake, and all the other artists in between, hip-hop has always been about self-expression and individuality. It's a genre that has given a voice to marginalized communities, and has allowed artists to express themselves through storytelling and rhyme. It's a genre that has embraced diversity, and has created a space for artists of all races, genders, and backgrounds to tell their stories and share their experiences. In conclusion, hip-hop has come a long way in the past few decades, with many artists making their mark on the genre. Rakim is considered one of the old-school leaders of hip-hop, while Drake is often seen as the frontrunner of the new school. However, ultimately, the genre is about individuality and self-expression, and there are countless other artists who have contributed to the evolution of hip-hop, both past and present. Hip-hop has become a global phenomenon, and its influence can be felt in music, fashion, art, and culture around the world. Pulse of the Street Radio FM. We're about the culture. Don't you confuse it.